Yeah, in this video, man, I want to explain how important this next Bitcoin halving event is and how important it is to get some Bitcoin, man, if you ain't got none. If you want to build generational wealth in the future for you and your kids. This Bitcoin halving is supposed to be going on to the year 2140, but we are already at 99% of halving. Halving is the releasing of Bitcoin, and they already released 99% of it, but at one point there were none released. I want to demonstrate something with these pencils. Each one of them representing 10% of Bitcoin. All of them is 10 of them. So together they're 100%. But let's just go back to the beginning. Bitcoin was $1 when they released. And these were stored. They had 90% stored. They released 10%. They say they're $1 now. So all these Bitcoin together just worth $10. That's nothing. People were getting it. What's this? Making pennies. The miners making pennies. Probably a little bit, a couple dollars or something, depending on how many they were getting. They're probably getting a lot of them. Good. You know what I mean? Probably thought that money was nothing. All right. Let's say now Bitcoin has another halving event. They released 20% of it. Now Bitcoin is worth $10. And these two over here worth $20. These worth 80. Already, these are worth more than what they originally started off. $10. So getting in early became very profitable. When it didn't seem like it at first. Okay, they have another halving event. They released 30% of the Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin is worth $1,000. Now it's 3,000 here. 7,000 here. Each halving event might just make less on the fees of doing the work, but as the price of Bitcoin increases, they're still making good profit because of the price of the increase in Bitcoin. They're getting paid and not by the price of Bitcoin, but by how many they receive. Okay. Let's say the next halving event, Bitcoin is worth 2,000. Now they're worth 8. These worth 12. All right. Let's say we knock it on up to where we at now. Bitcoin is worth, we'll say 50,000. Make the math a little bit more easy to keep up with. That's 100, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 450. And it's just $50,000, but you remember at one point this was $1. And just say, they say Bitcoin's supposed to go up to $100,000. Just say it did go up to 100,000. Now these are worth 900. That's $100,000 just for one. Each one you got $100,000. So you see why getting in early would have been important, because now they're worth 100. And they say it's supposed to go on to 2140, and right now, this is where we're sitting at. So in order for Bitcoin to be even worth mining or anything in the future, it's going to have to go to a crazy amount of amount of money. Let's just say $1 million. But you know how much $1 million would be if you got in early? Each one of these $1 million. We were just at 100, so that's already $900 more $1,000. and just say they break this in half. No, because the next halving event hour with the 2140, they're gonna just chop this up to little pieces and pieces, and that's what they're gonna give to the masses. Whenever we go to school and they tell you about the one percenters, they own this much by themselves, and this is how rich they are. Not even, you know what I mean? This 10%. So really, even you got to chop this up to 10 pieces, and they show you they're some of the richest people in the world just by having, you know what I mean? Just say a small piece of all of that. And the people that get in late, y'all are gonna be on this chopping block instead of on this chopping block. Y'all are gonna have to split up this $1,000,000 when everybody else, yeah, y'all don't have to split up this $1,000,000 into 10 pieces. Where everybody else that got in earlier gonna have $1,000,000 already for each one they own. When the rest of the world gonna have to get this. Imagine how many people in the world that haven't even bought Bitcoin yet, or any crypto, well, haven't bought Bitcoin yet, trying to get into this last $1,000,000. You tell me how much you think that it's gonna be worth. Is it gonna be worth $1 billion? But y'all see how important it is to get in now. Y'all want to build generational wealth for you and your family. If you don't want to be splitting up this $1,000,000 with billions of people, which don't sound like you're gonna even get $1,000,000 or 100,000, 10,000. When over here, you could have been a millionaire. This the last chance to not have to split that. You might not be a 1%er, but you could be damn near at the top of the barrel before the big banks and everybody get in. You hear me? Because the big money ain't in yet. But, man, y'all ain't got to listen to me. This is not financial advice. I must repeat, it is not financial advice. It's just my outlook on how I think things are going and how they seem to be going. And just, just letting you guys just get your own perspective on what you think about Bitcoin and how important it is to have in your portfolio. I do want to tell you, though, Bitcoin should be retracing for a little second. And then it's going to bounce back between here and the next 20 or 30 days. But get in before it gets too high. Try to get in if you can before it hits $50,000, $40-something if I were you. Like I said, it's not financial advice. But if I were you, I would do that. Because after that, it's going to rally post-halving when they're going to release this 1%. And then after that, prices should increase because people are going to see the importance of what I just told you about the supply and demand. The supply is about gone, and demand is high, and people are holding for their life. I know I'm holding on for dear life. But yeah, man, it's my little lesson, man, on Bitcoin and why it's important to FOMO in. Well, this ain't even FOMO this time. This the real deal. It's the last chance to get in early. And if I were you, I'd keep me a bag of this Bitcoin even when it do rise to a price that you ready to sell. If you sell some, or find a way to keep your Bitcoin, take loans out against it or whatever. Like I said, it's not financial advice. But Bitcoin will be used as collateral in the future, so holding on to it would be very beneficial. Bitcoin will be like a house. All the government's gonna have Bitcoin. Every company gonna have Bitcoin. Every person gonna have Bitcoin. Bitcoin is gonna be very, very, very important and very, very, very rare. So yeah, do your research. God bless y'all.